All of us probably spend way too much time glued to our phones, but I guess there's no way around it. And that's why in this video, I actually want to talk about which apps that I'm using to manage all my personal finances, money, budget tracking, investing, of course, crypto buying, all these things. I want to do them on the go, want to be flexible, right? Not tied to my computer. So in this video, I'm going to give you the list of all my financial apps that I'm using, that I can recommend, and hopefully some of them will be new and useful for you, so you can check them out for yourself. So here we are in my home screen. Obviously, I don't have too many financial apps over here because I also don't want to be distracted constantly checking my finances. I have a couple of things. Most important is my health, of course. So I have activity trackers over there, see how much I was standing, exercising, and moving. Ultimately, investing into a portfolio is great, but investing into your health, I think, is the ultimate wealth because, yeah, that's the best investment you can do for yourself. Then, of course, I have my to-do tracker of choice, which is Things. I absolutely love it. I can't open right now because obviously I have a lot of personal information there as well. But yeah, it's a really great app. If you haven't tried it yet and using an iPhone, definitely one of my favorite tools. Of course, my calendar, which I have over here. If something is not in the calendar, it won't get done. So I really live by my calendar. With my to-do list, which is Things, and my calendar, those two are definitely by far my most important tools, I would say, on the phone. They keep me kind of grounded and on my vision and mission to make sure everything gets done what I want to do. These are my main three widgets. Obviously, I can also scroll that and have here my various batteries, then a couple of other apps over here. But yeah, let's go to my finance app. So starting with the net worth tracker, which I have on my second page over here. You can see, again, widgets at the top. I really love widgets because at one glance, I can see what's happening. And yeah, it just makes things so much easier. So the first one is Yahoo Finance. A lot of people have been asking me when they saw my videos, what is this app? How can you see all your holdings? That's really cool. But having said that, I used to use Yahoo Finance so much more when I click into this over here. It is a cool tool, definitely. It's free of charge, so really not bad. But actually, this number is not actually the correct number. I have made more additions to my portfolio, but I didn't actually update it over here because it takes a lot of manual work. For example, I have all my stocks over here, but every time I would make a stock purchase, I would have to afterwards go into here and update it manually, as it doesn't really integrate with all my brokers. So for me, it is a little bit cumbersome. Same with crypto, right? I'm trying to buy more regular crypto now, dollar cost average into it over time, but these are small amounts. If I have to go in here every time I buy crypto for 100 euros, it just is a little bit tedious. So for now, I left my biggest positions over there to kind of have an overall track how the things are going and how it's developing over time. But if you are somebody who feels uncomfortable syncing their portfolio with other stockbrokers, what have you, because of, maybe privacy concerns, I think it's a great way to manually track it free of charge. And yeah, you get a nice widget as a bonus, which is obviously really cool. Then the second tracker that I actually use and really love is called GetQuinn. And they also came up with a nice new widget. The ones on the right, my net worth and my net worth development over time. So if I click into this over here, I can basically see at a glance, how my net worth changed day to day. So as I said, that I put that on the third page because I see that every day. I might get a little bit nervous if it goes up or down, but yeah, that's just the nature of investing. But yeah, basically from here, I have all my various positions that I have. I can see, the day trend since I bought it, quickly change it with one click of a button, and really, really love it. Of course, especially for dividends, which is something Yahoo Finance doesn't really do such a good job, but I'm a dividend investor. So I click into this over here and I can very quickly see, obviously, how much dividend I'll be getting this year. So far, 1,470 euros. So really not too shabby. Every time there is a dividend payment, I get a notification, and yeah, really like that. I'm on the Pro plan. So you can use the free plan as well. But if you want to sign up to the Pro, feel free. I will link down in the description below, which you can use to sign up. And yeah, really amazing tool. I love it. Nice widgets, easy to use. And yeah, why not make use of it? This feature of the widgets is actually only on a paid plan. So if you want to get the widgets, then obviously you need to upgrade to the paid plan. If you can live without them, even GetQuinn by itself, definitely an amazing app I can really recommend. With this, we move to the next category, and that's stock research. So for that, I have two platforms that I really love. The first one is Seeking Alpha. So you have that over here. Let's open it up. And once again, they have a free plan, which you can use, and the app you can download without having to pay for it, even register, I believe. You can just go ahead with a free account over there, and it's really amazing. I linked up my Interactive Brokers portfolio, which is my stockbroker of choice, and I have all the data over here, my total holdings. If I click into this and my view with the total value, the days change, it's really, really good how much I have in my portfolio. So I really love that. But on top of it, obviously the insights, what I get out of it is just absolutely priceless. I don't know if I go, for example, into Coca-Cola here, and I can get so many great insights, which I struggle to get, for example, with Yahoo Finance. It's not bad, Yahoo Finance. You can also use it to a certain extent. Obviously, it gives a lot of value for free. But for me, I just wanted to get more out of an app. And for that, really Seeking Alpha comes into play. And yeah, small things like the graph, click on it, I can see right away how it performed over time. Especially, some of those ratings are really powerful. I made a whole video about Seeking Alpha, why I recommend it and why I use it. But yeah, for example, for dividends, so powerful, they give their own evaluation. But then of course you can also dive in and make your own analysis and deep dive. So you can really see some good charts over here, the dividend yield, how it changed over time. One of my favorite tab over here is momentum, which basically compares any given stocks that you select to the S&P 500. So I always go to total return, which includes the dividend as well. Click on 10 years, for example, and I can see how a particular stock compared to the S&P 500, the golden standard of investing, so to say. And yeah, that's always a good measure. So obviously, really nice app, which I recommend. Once again, it's free. You can upgrade to the paid one. I'm on the paid plan. I pay for it myself. If you want, I also have a link down in the description below, which you can use. And it will give you, I believe, a 14-day trial. And often you get $50 or even $100 discount. So definitely check it out. It might be worthwhile to make you a smarter investor in the long term. And the second research tool of choice that I use is Simply Wall Street, which I started using recently, but I really started loving it. If, for example, I go into Microsoft over here, and I will pull up a lot of valuable insights. And what I like about it is very graphical. So you can really see very quickly, without going too much into numbers, graphically how the stocks are doing with the snowflake analysis. You can see quickly what it is. You can dive into each of them. You can obviously have a very dynamic charts, but yeah, it makes it very visual. So for that, it's almost better than Seeking Alpha. There you have more data in a way, but here it's very visual. So it depends what you want. I like both of them. And yeah, I really recommend it. Once again, they have a free plan as well. They have a paid plan as well, but overall, really, really loving the platform and definitely something to check it out, especially the ownership. If you go into this, I can see here in Microsoft, for example, who has been buying, who's been selling. In the case of Microsoft, most of them insiders working in the company, all of them selling. So again, for me, that's a kind of a warning sign. They all sell. Why would I be buying, right? So yeah, a lot of good insights here, which I really like, the top shareholders and so on. So definitely great app to check it out. And once again, I do have a link down in the description below, which you can use to get some benefits if you sign up with it. Then we move to the stockbroker category. And here I really have a number of them. First off, Interactive Brokers, which is really my main stockbroker of choice. I've been using them for a number of years, and there I have my biggest portfolio. And you can see I have 2 apps from them. Actually, they have a third app also, which kind of looks towards sustainable investing and so on. But I'm not really too concerned with that. But if you wanted to use 2 other apps, you could use any of those 2. So the IBKR app is the original app, but it's a little bit overwhelming for beginners. So if I open it up over here, as you can see, it is quite complex. You see all these little symbols. You don't really see many logos and what have you. So if I click into the one, it's a little bit overwhelming for some people who are not really familiar with investing and so on. So you find amazing insights over here. You have all this analysis and what have you, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I usually buy over here, but I used to in the past use the Global Trader app. You see, it's actually a much cleaner, much more seamless and smoother experience, especially if you're just starting off. I think it's probably the better option, not too overwhelming. It's easier to see on your eye what you have. If you go over here, the graphs are easier. So you can do essentially similar things, but I find it a little bit more easier on the eye to use. The good thing is you can use the same account. So if you use it on the web, on the app, any of those apps, you can use your Interactive Brokers account. So just download all of them, try which one you like the most, and in the end, you make the decision which one you want to go with. But in my case, IBKR app, but Global Trader is just as good. Then, of course, some more of my stockbrokers that I'm using. One of them is Lightyear. I absolutely love the app. I interviewed the COO recently. And yeah, it's just such a joy to use to buy stocks, especially to hold some of my money over there. You can see right now I'm getting 3.25% interest paid to me on my euros and 4.5% on my dollars. And I love the interface, super simple. So if you're just starting off, I think it's amazing, especially if you want to buy ETFs such as the S&P 500. You can do so without any commission, and yeah, really love it and definitely worthwhile checking out. Then, of course, another broker that I use is Trading 212, which is completely commission-free trading for stocks and ETFs. So love it as well. Super easy, super simple. I mean, it couldn't be easier. You just go into here, you click on buy, and boom, you select the amount you want to buy, and it's in your account. So it's super simple. Love it. Even small things like you can see trading hours, when the markets open, when they close. And yeah, once again, also on my cash, I'm now earning interest every day, €2.40. So really not too shabby. And yeah, really love it. And definitely, why not to benefit from such nice interest rates? And another broker that I use is Trade Republic. Actually, I use it now mostly to store my cash over here. And you can see currently I'm getting 4% on my money. up to 50,000 euros, and the money sitting over here is protected up to 100,000 euros. You could also buy your stocks if you wanted to. It's very simple as well. Costs you €1 per order. It doesn't matter the order size. So once again, really nice. And I always like to diversify in the different offerings, because I like to understand how different apps work and just try new things. But at the same time, also good to diversify in different apps. Even if one collapses, obviously your money will be protected and you'll get it back eventually. But that eventually can take, a number of months, sometimes years even. In that time, I still want to continue investing and have other alternatives in place. So that's why I like to diversify, at least have a couple of different brokers out there. And with this, we come to the next category, and these are the banks that I'm using. Now, obviously, I have my local Lithuanian bank, but honestly, they're not really worthwhile to talk about. Obviously, all of you guys have local banks, but in most cases, they're really not that good. I mean, honestly, I don't remember ever living in a country where I had a local bank that was really outstanding, right? They never really pay you a nice interest. They always charge you fees, and they're always clunky and not really user-friendly. So for my case, I really started using Revolut a few years ago. And since I've been living in many countries around the world and always have different currencies, this is really amazing because you can have so many different currency accounts and you're probably going to get the best exchange rate. I love it for so many reasons. I've made a lot of videos about Revolut in the past. You can find it on my channel. So I don't want to go too much into this. I don't use Revolut for investing, but I do use it for my savings. Once again, now I'm getting 3.95% on my cash sitting there, which is paid to me every single day. You can see it, €2.31. So definitely makes sense to make the most out of it. I'm on the Revolut Ultra plan and I use it with my Revolut Pro card. So I get 1.2% cashback on every transaction I do with that. So that also starts adding up, and yeah, definitely recommend it to check it out. Now, an alternative to Revolut can also be Wise. I used to use Wise much more in the past, but once again, having been with Revolut for so long and being now on the highest plan, I get more benefits from it. But if you're starting off and Revolut is not available, let's say in your country, I think Wise is a great alternative as well. You can really easily send money internationally. You can also have a multi-currency account. They do have the Wise card as well. Right now, I signed up with a new partner that only pays out to Wise. They used to pay out to PayPal, but I don't really like PayPal. So now they can also connect directly to Wise. And Wise is really an amazing app for that. That's why I started using them once again. For example, you can make deposits into interactive brokers accounts in dollars very easily through Wise. They're directly connected with Wise. So Wise is a great alternative as well. In case you don't have Revolut or you don't want to use them, I think check them out. Then we come to my new bank that I opened in the UAE in Dubai, where I started my business over there and looking to relocate over there because I really love Dubai. It's so amazing. On top of the tax benefits that you get, the lifestyle is just incredible. And yeah, obviously the one thing that is a little bit of drawback over there, because I used to live there 7 years in the past, and that's the banking system. Their banks are not really the most innovative, I would say, quite old school and clunky in a way, but they have recently seen the addition of a new digital first bank in a way, and that's called Wio. Wio is really amazing. I have the personal and my business bank account with them, and so far I've been really happy. You can see I'm getting 5% interest on my money sitting over there. I mean, 5% without any lockup period. So that's really attractive. And I get right now 1% cashback on every transaction with my debit card, and soon I'll apply for the credit card. I'll get 2% cashback on every single transaction I do with my credit card. So I love it. It's a great app, and honestly, if you're in the UAE, definitely check them out because I think it's probably one of the most user-friendly, easiest to use digital first bank. And yeah, so far I've been really loving the experience. And lastly, we have Stripe, the payment processor of the internet, so to say. I really love them. Obviously, they used to be Stripe and PayPal. I've never liked PayPal. They always lock up my money. It's maybe nice if you're a user and want to pay with PayPal because you have a lot of protection. But if you're receiving money from PayPal, it's just such a mess. I never enjoyed the process. So using Stripe, it's amazing. It's simple. Everybody accepts it. It integrates with every platform. Yes, you do end up paying a small little fee and even a higher fee if you do the currency conversion. But in the end, the ease of use, the integration, it seamlessly works with my Wio account. I can easily send invoices to my clients. They pay me through it. I get notifications on my phone that I got paid, and boom, a few days later they send it straight to my bank account. And yeah, I have all the invoices there. It's easy to track. I have my CRM in there, and yeah, it's just such an amazing app. If you're doing any kind of online business, it's a no-brainer. There's no monthly fee. You only pay commission on every payment that you receive. And yeah, really love the app and experience. Then we move to my crypto apps. I've been investing quite a bit in crypto. After real estate, that's probably my biggest holding is Bitcoin actually. So yeah, I'm quite bullish on it long term, and obviously I want to have access to it on the go. So the first app that I use and check probably on a daily basis is my Ledger Live wallet. So here I can easily see what's the value of my cryptocurrency. I'll soon do a dedicated video on that because I'm getting close to a new milestone with my crypto holdings. So I'll do a separate video on that. That's why I'm kind of hiding it at the moment. But yeah, really exciting times ahead, especially with all that's happening in the crypto markets. But basically I can log in quickly here and see what's on my Ledger wallet sitting over there. And that's the cool thing because I keep my crypto offline in a way on my cold storage. So it's not a hot wallet, it's in my cold wallet. I just linked it with my cold wallet so it can see how much I have sitting there, but it doesn't expose me to the risk risk of being hacked. So it's super safe, and you link it by scanning the QR code on the desktop. So I can't link it online or anything. I have to physically scan my QR code on the laptop. So there's a lot of security measures in place, and I always recommend try to take self-custody and don't leave all your cryptocurrency on the exchange, because there you're subject to being potentially hacked, which you want to avoid at all costs. Then we move to my favorite crypto exchange of choice, which is called Nexo, and I've been using them for a number of years. I usually use them to just buy my cryptocurrency, and once I have a certain amount, I then basically download them in the way and move them into my cold storage, into my Ledger hardware wallet. And yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's so easy to use, seamless. And yeah, you can see here my wallet, what I have. Right now I have some Nexo token. That way I become a platinum member. And by being a platinum member, I get a lot of benefits, right? I get higher staking rewards right now. As you can see, I'm getting interest paid to me every single day, basically, interest earned in Nexo currency. So it's really cool. And I put my money and my crypto, so to say, to work, which is nice. And yeah, overall, really seamless experience. They also have the Nexo Pro, where you can exchange literally for almost nothing if you wanted to, and it's very easy to withdraw from here, send to my Ledger, and vice versa. Send from my Ledger to my Nexo wallet. If I wanted to convert something, recently I converted all my Polygon cryptocurrency into Bitcoin, so it was super simple doing it with Nexo, and then withdraw it back into my Ledger hardware wallet. So yeah, love the app, love the experience, and if you want to check them out, use my link in the description down below, and you get $25 worth of free Bitcoin. And you never know, if Bitcoin goes to 1 million, those $25 might be worth significantly more in the future, so nothing to lose. And lastly, one app that I have on my second home screen over here, and that's called CoinMarketCap. You can see in the top right over here, and that just shows me the latest Bitcoin price. So they're really cool. I can see what's the price right now, what is the trend, is it up or down. I can click over here and get all the insights I need to know about the crypto market. Obviously, mostly I'm interested in Bitcoin. That's my biggest holding, obviously. I can very quickly see in the 90 days how it's been trending over the last 3 months, up by 71%, over the last 1 year, up by 180%. I mean, crazy gains. We're in good times. Some people say we might be hitting 250,000 soon. As we get closer to the Bitcoin halving, you see over here when the Bitcoin halving will happen. So exciting times ahead. And yeah, I could also very quickly go out of here and see the biggest crypto tokens by market cap. So just to get an idea what is trending, what is happening. Ether, which is another of my holding, not really keeping up with Bitcoin at this stage, but you never know. Maybe they will still pick up. But overall, definitely one of the nicest apps and interfaces I've seen to stay on top of crypto markets. As I've shown you before, for my stock research, I use Simply Wall Street and Seeking Alpha. But for crypto research, I think it's an amazing tool. You get also some nice news over here if you scroll down to see what's happening in the market, some development, and yeah, overall really, really nice. Recommend you check it out, free of charge, so definitely why not use it. And then we come to two categories that are maybe not directly finance related, but I think that are very important nonetheless. And the first one has to do with online safety, and obviously you want to stay safe online. If you have your cryptos on your phone, maybe in a hot wallet, or you use your banking apps, your investment apps, you want to make sure that you're fully safe, secure, and protected. And for that, I use NordVPN. You can see that over here. NordVPN has been my trusted VPN provider for quite a while. You can see right now, even though I'm in Spain, I'm actually connected to Germany because I'm also accessing a lot of German websites. And if I wasn't in Germany, I couldn't use this website. So it's really easy, but I could very quickly change to pretty much most countries I wanted to, if I wanted to go there for a specific reason to check local websites, or maybe I get a better price online if I'm based in that country. So it's very easy to change your VPN, and most importantly, to stay safe online, because I love to work from coffee shops, Starbucks, for example. And if you connect there to the public Wi-Fi, trust me, it's so easy for someone else to see exactly what you're doing, to track all your websites that you visited, even things that you entered into certain forms. And using a VPN, you can really protect yourself and stay safe online. And that's really priceless when you think about it. And the price you pay for it is absolutely peanuts. If you use my link down in the description below, you get an even better price. There are obviously many different VPN providers out there, but I can generally recommend NordVPN. As far as I believe, they are by far the biggest VPN provider in the world. So they're trusted, reliable, time proven, and honestly, not using one really puts you at risk of being hacked. And the last category I would call education around the topic of money and investing and so on. And obviously there are a lot of different sources, but three that I really like to use. The first one, ChatGPT. I love using ChatGPT. That's why I have it on my home screen. I usually even like to chat with it because you can talk to ChatGPT and have a proper conversation. I have my own ChatGPT set up, which I use for specific use cases. For example, for all my LinkedIn posts, I have one ChatGPT set up specifically for YouTube. So he's kind of my YouTube consultant, right? I can bounce ideas off with him. The same, a ChatGPT for my business building. So he understands my business, what I'm trying to achieve, and doesn't have to ask me every single time where I'm coming from. It knows my name, my company name, what I'm trying to do, and so on. The same for all my social media. So you can have as many GPTs that you want. It's important to know how you ask it, because the answer you get is only as good as the questions you ask. But yeah, in my case, I really love it. It probably replaces 2-3 people that I could use as assistant. It helps me to be so much more efficient being a one-person company for now. I use the pay plan and I'll definitely recommend you. These are probably some of the best $20 you'll be spending because the return you get on it is so worth it. The next platform, of course, how else could it be, is YouTube. I listen to YouTube all the time. I have YouTube Premium, so I can listen to it while I close my phone, go for a run, and listen to amazing podcasts or videos and interviews. If I could have one social media, no Netflix, no movies, I would go 100% with YouTube. I just absolutely love it. There's so much amazing, great content on there. And yeah, it just is a no-brainer. And lastly, of course, Pocket Cast, which is my podcast player of choice. I love it and have so many great podcasts. You can see right now, I listen to another Bitcoin related podcast, but yeah, you can see here all the various podcasts that I'm listening to, quite a number of them. Obviously, I don't get to listen to every single episode of them, but most of them I like to listen to, especially when I'm out running or driving a car. That's so amazing. And that way I learn while I'm doing something else. And yeah, just really love it. Again, you can use any other podcast player. I just happen to love Pocket Casts. Listening to podcasts, I think, can be an amazing way to learn while you're doing something else. Because so many people tell me, but Kai, I don't have time to listen to all these audiobooks and learn new things. But honestly, you do have time. Even when I shave, I listen to it. I mean, that's 5 minutes right there, or 5 minutes of quality content that kind of triggers new thoughts. And honestly, it can be life-changing, especially if you start learning more about investing, cryptocurrency, how that over time can, bring you closer to wealth. I think if you knew it can happen, then you would find the time to make it happen. So definitely check it out. And yeah, I think it's worth it. Hope you found them useful and found something new for you to try out. But I'm also interested to hear from you. If you do have any apps that I should be checking out, let me know down in the description below. I'm always happy to try out new things, learn new things. And also let me know there if you want me to do a full review of all the apps that I have on my phone, because I find it always so interesting watching other people showing their apps and arrangements and logic behind it. Obviously not the standard apps, but particular apps that are a little bit different for a specific use case. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll be happy to make that video in the future. Next up, check out this video over here. As always, thanks a lot for watching. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.